Standing next to Harry and the rest of our team here. I'm a candidate for the leadership of the Federal Democratic Party, and I think nobody is going to be elected leader of the Democratic Party of Canada without doing well in British Columbia. A third of our members are here in British Columbia. In a considerable extent, the race is going to be decided here. And so I'm on a trip all through the province. I've been back many times, and I will be back many times. I'm getting great support. It's a lot of fun to be here. And we're talking about what our party's all about. Now, our party's all about is many things that are fundamentally about turning the lights back on in Ottawa and standing up there for people, including seniors. And so here we are in a very important agency that's dedicated to seniors support. And we're learning about an important program that was about getting people who are having a hard time getting back into the workplace and getting them to work, helping seniors just live at home with dignity. And if there's a better example, I can't think of one today, of the need to turn the lights back on in Ottawa and to get it, that by supporting programs like this, we are saving money in the public sector and helping people live in dignity at home. That's what it's all about. That's what we're all about. And so it's a great privilege to be here, to meet some good friends who are supportive of this leadership, and also to talk some of the things that we're all about. And this is one of the things that we're all about. Thank you.
Now, Brian, Kamloops had a long-standing NDP MP for, I think it was about 20 years.
24 years.
24 years. What will you be doing to try to make that happen once more?
Well, as you'll remember well, Jack Layton was through many times, and we worked with absolute determination to reach out to the people of Kamloops and to talk to them about the fact that the Harper government is on the wrong track on many issues, including issues like home care. And so we're going to keep at it. I'm committed to getting this seat back. It's high time that it comes home. And I think by the next election, I think people will see what Conservative government is all about, which is about making bad decisions like the one we're talking about here today, and that we can make better ones. I'm quite confident that we're going to do very well in rural British Columbia and communities like Kamloops, as we will across the country.
You said that the election will be won here in BC. What can you offer to the BC voters and the rest of Western Canada?
Well, all New Democrats are looking for the same thing from the next leader. And so we are looking to defeat Stephen Harper and to replace him with a Democrat government. And we're not going to do that by going to old politics of being negative and running negative ads and getting people angry and dividing them. We're going to win by running a positive campaign that gives people positive reasons to support us. For example, supporting home care for seniors here in Kamloops. That's number one. Number two, we need to govern well. We need to govern competently. I've worked part of a very strong NDP government for many years. I think I know what good government looks like, and we can bring that to Canada. And here's the third thing. We're governed for a purpose. We're governed as committed New Democrats. We're committed to getting government on the side of the people and working toward a more equal country, one practical step at a time. That's what I'm all about. If the members choose me as the leader, that's what we're going to fight for, and I'm quite confident that we will do very well.
Is your proposal to increase taxes on the rich, is that seen as something that will reach out to the old guard in the party? Do you think you'll bring new people into the NDP tent that way?
I think the good people in Kamloops and the interior of British Columbia agree with New Democrats all across the country that if we've got billions of dollars lying around, that the first priority isn't profitable companies and the people who have done the best in the economy. That there's more important things to do with that money, and that's the point I'm raising. The Conservative governments for many years have been investing funds in the wrong places. And the people who are doing the best in the economy are the last people who need our help. People who need our help are people like seniors who want to live in dignity in their homes. And through investments in them, instead of the people who need help the least, then we will be making progress as a country. That's what I'm talking about, and I think that that is very widely agreed, yes, in our party, and yes, by the people of Canada who are in the majority progressives and are looking for a government of Canada that reflects their values, which isn't what we have today.
How difficult is it to replace someone like a Jack Layton? I mean, all the candidates are going to have to do that. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, nobody can replace Jack Layton. Jack Layton couldn't replace Jack Layton. Jack Layton in the first year of his leadership was not the leader in the 9th year of his leadership. None of us can replace him. What we can do is carry on his work. And so that's what I worked very closely with Jack Layton, as did many of the other candidates who are running in this race, and we were all in our different ways offering to carry forward his work. And when we're done, we will reunite as a team, and we'll take on our real opponent, and that's Mr. Harper.
Now, there are Occupy protests across the country. There is one here in Kamloops with a camp still set up. What is your take on it? Are you supportive of the notion behind the movement here in Kamloops, against corporate greed?
Well, I'm very supportive of any Canadian citizen that wants to speak about how they feel, and what we see in the Occupy movement. And by the way, in many serious studies, like those well-known radicals, the Conference Board of Canada, is that the Conservative playbook has gone too far, and that the idea of the agenda that we've been following in government for too many years has resulted in some serious problems, gross income gaps. The very wealthiest people in the country are hoarding more and more of the wealth, and most people haven't had a pay increase in a generation. And so it's time to pursue better priorities. And that's what the people in the Occupy movement are saying. That's what more and more serious people in financial institutions, economists, people in government are saying, and that's what we need to do. We need a government of Canada that turns its lights back on and that's got its priorities right, puts people first and not the wealthiest first.
And speaking on equality, seat distribution yesterday, your thoughts for BC? Are we equal?
Well, we're making progress with Prime Minister Harper's proposal. I mean, he recognizes that Western Canada and Ontario need their extra seats, and indeed they do. I mean, some of the federal seats are crazy big. I mean, we have federal seats with 120, 130,000 people in them, which are very difficult to represent. And so we're making progress, getting the right number of seats. Our party called for a redistribution, and just do it in good time and to get it done. We're making progress. And with regard to the details of it, we're going to have a look at that and see if they get the numbers right. But I think certainly better than where we were before, which was nothing.
I know yesterday with the Jim Harrison program, you had said that you were happy with the distribution. So I guess a day later, a bit less happy about the 6 seats for BC. I know the BC NDP party is not at all happy with the results there. So just
actually, I'm saying exactly what I said yesterday, okay, which is that I'm very happy indeed that we're making progress on this file, and that it is overdue to get the redistribution done, and for Western Canada and Ontario to get more seats to reflect the growth in population. I think the overall approach the government's taking of finding a balance in these matters is, basically right and what we called for. But with regard to the details of it, we're still taking a look at